So I'm going to answer all those questions. A lot of times when it comes to Christian counseling, people do ask the question, are there people who pay for Christian counseling? How much can you make being a Christian counselor? How much are you making? They'll ask me, how much am I making as a Christian counselor? And then can they do it? So it's your favorite Dr. Honey, Dr. Faith Abraham, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are going to be talking about, am I still making money as a Christian counselor? And the reason why I wanted to put this video together is because I do get that question a lot. And I think it's mostly because people are curious. They haven't really seen a lot of people talk about Christian counseling or becoming certified to be a Christian counselor. And because it's certification and not licensure by a state, so people are not able to use their insurance. They have to pay out of pocket. A lot of people do want to know, is it possible? Is it still happening? What's happening with you, right? So I'm going to answer all those questions. A lot of times when it comes to Christian counseling, people do ask the question, are there people who pay for Christian counseling? How much can you make being a Christian counselor? How much are you making? They'll ask me, how much am I making as a Christian counselor? And then can they do it? So we're going to answer those questions in this video. I'm ready to go ahead and get into it. If I look down, just know I have my notes with me because I love writing out my stuff. And the truth is, I don't know if it's an old school thing or just my brain thing. I have seen oftentimes when I write something down, that is when things make itself manifest, because what happens is I will write stuff down and I can very easily get into how I use gratitude, and I will be grateful for things that have made itself manifest in my life. But then I'll also write things, and I do this right before I go to bed. I'll also write things that I'm believing God for to make itself manifest, but have yet to come to pass. And when I write it in the past. And let me know if you want a video for that. So with that, let's go ahead and get into making money as a certified Christian counselor. So because this is a pre-recorded video, I do go on live on Thursdays and I'll say stuff and I'm not able to put it into the video. I can put it into this one. So on the screen, you'll be able to see a screenshot of what I was able to bring in 2023. And that is as a Christian counselor. Now, one of the things I want to kind of break down to you is my story on how I became a Christian counselor, but not too much, because I do want to show you how the money is being made so that you can make it as well and you can position yourself as well. So one of the things that has really helped me and really allowed my business to take off as a Christian counselor, especially when I was getting burnt out from my $50 an hour counseling sessions, that really burned me out. I was getting all kinds of people, all kinds of clients, and at a very low rate. It was hard. And I don't regret it, because I was really able to touch a lot of people, but at the sacrifice of myself. So what I did was I incorporated digital products. And so the digital products were like webinars. That's technically a digital product. I incorporated webinars. I incorporated ebooks. I incorporated workbooks and courses into my business, which really allowed me to make money while I was doing one-on-one sessions with my clients, but also if I was spending time with my husband, if we were traveling, if I had gone to visit my folks in Texas, if whatever was going on, if I was with a one-on-one client, my digital products were still there and generating income and generating traffic, so that I could still have a pipeline of people who would want to work with me. I said this in a post on Instagram the other day, but a lot of times what would happen is sometimes some people are skeptical or they don't know you like that. They haven't really bought into you yet. So those digital products is like a little taste to who you are, how you think, how you operate. And so when they get the digital product and they like the digital product, or let's say, for example, they joined you on a webinar and they just like your flow, they like your style, they feel like you know what you're talking about and you can help them, and they're ready to pay you, what happens is those digital products can generate income for you, but also give an introductory to you so that they can now have a buy-in to now go ahead and pay you a larger amount of money, as well as do business with you long term. This is the benefit of having digital products. And I can tell you so many times where I would have people book a session with me, then, okay, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but they'd book a session with me, and then I would say, oh, how did you find out about me? Oh, well, I found you on Instagram, but then I joined because I used to do all kinds. Man, I think I've been slacking. I'm going to get back to my stuff because I remember I had a 7-day detox where I promoted it on social media, email, I would just talk about it. People signed up, and for 7 days, they got an email from me directing them on how to detox their life. Literally their physical life, their spiritual life, their mental life. So I gave value with that 7-day detox. I'm going to look in my files and see if I need to run that again, because that's definitely necessary. But she said she had signed up through my 7-day detox. And so from there, she was like, okay, just the things I was saying in the email. Then I was following up on social media, and I would talk about stuff and break things down. And she was like, yes. And she has paid me a lot of money over time, but she's gotten a lot of results, a lot of transformation because we've been able to work together. But she came through a digital product. I've had people who have purchased my courses, and they got the course and they would DM me or they would email me and say, this thing was awesome. This was this and that. You really helped my confidence or what have you. I'm working on the money so that I can work with you one-on-one because I want more than just the course. And I'm like, come on through. Let's get it, And she came through. I've had people, like, so many stories. And what I'm going to do is I'll probably start today. Well, the day I'm recording this, but I'm going to just take time to put in my stories, like just testimonials, text messages, DMs, emails, all the stuff that I get from my clients and my customers, just so you can see, because there's a lot of people out here on the internet saying all kinds of stuff that they can do this for you, they can do that for you. And that's great. But I think that we're at the point where now we have to show proof. And even if you're just starting out as a certified counselor or even as a coach or a healer, you still have to give testimonials. You still have to give proof. So even if that proof is you, even if that proof is a cousin or a friend, but you got the receipts, you got the screenshots, you got the different stuff or what have you, that's better than just saying, oh, I can do this, this, and this, and this, and then you don't have any proof or anything to back it up, because we're just in the day and age now where people have to have that social proof so that they can really believe in you. But that's also another way to market yourself and your business as well. So, but I digress. So digital products was that, girl. So it brought me a brand new pipeline of people. It allowed me to put out value, because if you want to make $10,000 a month, $30,000 a month, $50,000 a month, you can absolutely make that, but you have to put out $10,000 worth of value, $30,000 worth of value, $50,000 worth of value on a monthly basis so that income can come in. It's a spiritual principle. It's a value thing. Money comes by virtue and by way of value. If you put a lot of value out there, then guess what's going to happen? You're going to get the money, because money is attracted to value. So you put out that value, you're going to get that money. And don't just say, oh, I'm just going to do social media. No, when it comes to my business, the months that I make the most money is months where I'm not only doing social media, but I'll send out emails, newsletters to my list of people. And I don't have like a big old list like that, but you know, I have a list. I check, hey, it's your favorite doctor, you know, sharing revelations, links to my YouTube, links to my Instagram. Like, if you're on my list, I appreciate you. If you're not, get on the list. Get reprogram your mind, reprogram your life, and that'll put you on the list, and you'll get the emails and stuff, right? So buy something and you'll end up on the list as well. But I email my list, so I put out stuff on social media. I'll send emails to my list. I will also end up doing like a webinar. If not one, then two. I'm down to one webinar a month, but my goal is to ramp that up. I'm back on my grind, okay? I go live once a week, but I'm planning on ramping that up to where I can go live twice a week. But when I used to go live, I used to go live daily, and it wasn't a headache or anything bad. I just loved going live. My people would come up, show up. Hey, Dr. Hey, y'all, let's talk about this. Let's talk about soul issues. Let's talk about how trauma affects you in business. Let's talk about how to heal. Let's talk, and they would just be, let's go. And so I was putting out that level of value. So I was making a lot of money because people were seeing my value, and people were seeing how I roll versus how other people roll, and they wanted what I had, so they came to me. People say, well, can you make money in this economy? Yes, you can. When the panty hit, that was 2020, that was one of my best years ever in business, ever. Now, granted, I was very tired after that because we were all experiencing like this collective trauma of the pandemic and all that came with it. So, and even while I was experiencing that, I was still pouring into and helping other people navigate their lives during a pandemic. So I definitely slowed down, but now I'm at a place where I'm healthy, I'm vibrant, I'm picking back up again to the way I was before and really just having fun with my business again. So, but yeah, you can. And it's not about the economy. It's not about a panty. It's not about any of those things. It's all about you. Do you believe that you can do well even if there is whatever going on in the world? If you believe you can, then you will. That's just how it goes. Whatever you believe is true. If you believe that God will make a way where there seems to be no way, it's true. If you believe that the enemy is so strong and he could take you out, it's true. If you believe that God will find people to come to your business from the north, from the south, from the east, and the west, it's true. If you believe that God will make sure that there's at least 3 people that sign up for your coaching program every single month, you sell digital products, and those digital products sell at least $3,000 worth of product every single month, then it's true. Whatever you believe is true. Whatever your mindset can hold and contain is true. Whatever your money capacity is true. Your life will create and will show up at the capacity that you have. It will, and matter of fact, at the capacity or lower. That's the law of the lid. John Maxwell talks about the law of the lid a lot. So your life is going to show up at, if this is where you are, this is where your life is going to be, or below that. But if this is where you are, then your life is going to show up here or below that. So you have to do that work. You have to grow and stretch and develop and become a better version of yourself. Have a stronger mindset, right? A very firm, solid mindset so that you can actually produce the life and create the life that you know in your heart you're supposed to live. And so, am I still making money? Absolutely. Will I continue to make money? Absolutely. And nothing is going to stop that. There's nothing that's going to stop that. Now, do I have to fast and pray sometimes? You daggone Skippy. Do I need to sow a seed? Absolutely, because that's just, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they are mighty through God by the pulling down of strongholds. Sometimes there are strongholds for you to get to 30K a month, for you to get to 10K a month. There's strongholds for you to be a millionaire in a year because, where you come from, no one's done it before, your belief system, what you've been exposed to, there's a lot of different money blocks. I think I've done a video on that. I'll try to connect it here so that you can check that out. But there's a lot of different factors that go into it. But if you can do the work, even if the work doesn't create the results initially that you want, you will be successful. Remember, when the cloud be full of rain, it will empty itself on the earth. Keep going, keep putting in the work, keep doing it. I literally just gave you a little blueprint to follow so that you can really scale your business. Let me give you this part too. So I was initially charging $50 an hour per hour session. Then I went to 65. Then I went to 120. Then I went to 197 packages. That would put me up to, I have different packages because I also do business coaching. So that could put me at, $500, $700, $1,000 in an hour, because if I'm showing you exactly what you need to do to be able to make six figures, and that you can make the six figures in a year, you can make six figures in 3 months, you can make the six figures in a month. If I'm showing you how to do that and I just charge you $1,000, that's tithes. Like, that's nothing. You know what I mean? So you have to, and if you think it's something, then that's a mindset thing, right? We talked about that. So oftentimes, if you're doing your counseling and, you're doing it well and people are talking about you, you're going to get people who want you to show them what you do and how you're doing it. So that's when you can now take it to a different level in your pricing, right? But if you're just doing counseling and you're doing sessions, then I absolutely suggest you have a hourly rate, but then also to not as low as $50 though. That was exhausting. But have an hourly rate, and then also have a package that you can walk your clients through that's going to get them the results that's going to suit them and that they're expecting to get from you. So if you have any questions, let me know. Put it in the comments. I definitely believe in you. I believe that you can do anything that you want to do as a counselor, as a healer, as a coach. We are to make money. Healing is children's bread. However, you have to know that sometimes we need help in getting that healing. We need help in tapping into those levels of our lives that we were born for, that we were meant for. And if you're the person to help the people, then help the people, sis, but make sure that there is an exchange and you are compensated for the value that you put out into the earth. That is only right. That is also biblical. So know that is the way that it should be. And if you love this video, make sure you subscribe and you like the video as well, because that lets YouTube know that, hey, Dr. Faith got it going on. She's talking about something. You need to let other people know as well. And if you do that, I definitely appreciate you. And also, I will be coming to you with more videos just like this to get your mind right, get your spirit right, and get your money right. With that, I will see you in the next video.